Sports Complex in this 2A quarterfinal game between the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Ogden Bulldogs, and the home team, the East Marshall Mustangs. The winner of this game will play Wednesday at 5 o'clock right here on Cougar Field. The loser of this game moves to the consolation round and will play tomorrow at 1:30 down on Veterans Diamond. Now, first of all, let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches. First of all, for the visitors from Ogden. Number 2, Fiona Addy. Number 4, Reagan Cruz. Number 10, Elise Trombley. Number 15, Josie Hildreth. Number 17, Mallory Patton. Number 18, Sophia Johnson. Number 21, Kayla Fiftner. And number 44, Ryan Shipley. Assistant coach for the Bulldogs, Vanna Heller. Now, here's your starting lineup. For the Ogden Bulldogs, leading off and doing the pitching, number 5, Denali Licker. Batting second in left field, number 3, Lauren Kennedy. Batting third at shortstop, number 8, Meredith Adrian. Cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs. In center field, number 25, Jenna Palmer. Batting fifth at third base, number 24, Gabby Ross. Batting sixth at playing first base, number 40, Hannah Dutcher. Batting seventh and doing the catching, number 12, Faith Moore. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 20, Reagan Church. Batting ninth and playing second base, number 1, Amber Branna. Your right fielder, number 9, Helena Nelson. Head coach for the Bulldogs, Mike Moses. And now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the East Marshall Mustangs. Number 2, Jaylee Pensagraw. Number 3, Abby Ryan. Number 5, Kemi Weeks. Number 6, Quinn Damon. Number 8, Callan Curfey. Number 12, Hannah Rhodes. Number 13, Claire Marin. Number 15, Dulcie Sanachi. Number 20, Hannah Slifer. Number 23, Ellie Hull. 24, Kennedy Wheater. And number 25, Caitlin Fisher. Assistant coaches, Greg Lee, Chris Ardenbright, and Madison Rasmussen. Now, here's your starting lineup for the home team from East Marshall, leading off and playing center field, number 11, Melinda Promula. Batting second at second base, number 10, Maria Rasmussen. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 17, Reagan McElrath. Cleanup hitter for the Mustangs, the catcher, number 9, Madison Farrington. Batting fifth at first base, number 4, Juliana Arifi. Batting sixth at third base, number 14, Hannah Burks. Batting seventh and doing the pitching, number 18, Cody Husky. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 19, Kayla Mummer. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 7, Emma Fox. And your right fielder, number 1, Madison Duncan. Your head coach for the East Marshall Mustangs, Jerry Husky. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to our home plate area. Our umpires for this quarterfinal contest: at first base, Tom Moore. At third base, Troy Nicholas. And calling the balls and strikes today, Mr. Jeff Niehaus. All right, who's ready for state tournament softball?
And we're ready here for another 2A quarterfinal. Dar Danielson, Brooke Wilmus. Brooke, a couple of key players, key things you see in this ball game.
Both will start in the circle. First for East Marshall, Cody Hosky is 21-3 on the season with a 1.97 ERA and 153 strikeouts. So she'll be key in order to stop the Ogden offense, who has been lights out so far. And on the other side, it also starts in the circle with Denali Locker, who's 21-5 with a 1.29 ERA and 194 strikeouts. She also is the top home run hitter in the state, leading off for this Ogden team when she's batting .629 with 20 home runs and 52 RBIs. So if East Marshall wants to win today, they have to make sure that they zone in on her and make sure that she doesn't hurt them.
You're watching the Girls State Softball Tournament here, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. And getting ready to get underway here. And this second semifinal, the first one, North Lynn beating Wapello 6-0. They got out early, and a few errors allowed them to get up on Wapello. Wapello never able to come back from that. And so, as you said in this one, how do you, when you got a big hitter like that, you just pitch gingerly around her to start it out with?
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, you really need to do the best pitches that you can. And if that means you walk her a couple times, that means you walk her. That's better than giving up a home run and them getting an automatic run on the board. So with her, I think you just pitch gingerly. If you end up walking her, it's fine. But paint the corners and don't try and pitch her right down the middle.
East Marshall, the number 2 seed at 31-4. Ogden, the number 7 seed at 25-7. And leading off, Denali Lecker, the pitcher, leading it off for Ogden here as we get underway. And fouls the first one over into the dugout. And this one is ripped out deep to left off the fence. And again, with the breezes down, she might have a home run to lead it off here.
What did it bat by her? It's an 0-1 changeup that's down in the zone, and she goes down and gets it. And she hits it to the field, hits it to the fence, which she gets a double for.
And somebody hitting like that, why aren't they batting farther down the lineup? Why you have them lead off?
Because when they're in the third or fourth position, when like that, they're most likely just going to walk them because there's no thread. If there's 2 outs, then you put them on base, and then you just need one more out. So when you put them at the top of the lineup like that, they can't walk them because
they walk her right away. Then you got to run her on. No outs. Yeah,
no outs. Exactly.
Here's Laura Kennedy, the left fielder. She squares the bunt, fouls it off. The Lecker starting it out with a double off the left center field fence. And Kennedy will step in, hitting .307. She swings, misses, and strikes out. Meredith Adrian, the shortstop, hitting .402. And really key for Ogden, you don't want to leave that base runner out there in scoring position.
No, if you can get a run in the top of the first inning, especially since they are the lower seed here, then you can put a lot more pressure on East Marshall to try and come back right away.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, inside, 1-1. And they chase Lecker back to the second base. Hosky ready to deliver to Farrington. And it's high, she holds up on that. And they appeal it out to second, and he says no. 2-1. And that's inside. 3-1. really concerned about her out there on second.
Yeah, they
trying
are.
to make her get back, aren't they?
Yeah, they're keeping her close out there just to make sure she doesn't get too big of a lead. So on a base hit, it's harder for her to score.
Here's the 3-1. This one is lifted high toward the left side, and the shortstop able to make the play. Reagan McIlrath for out number 2. That brings up Jenna Palmer, center fielder. She fouls off the first pitch. Steps hitting at 362. And goes to 0-2 in the count.
You still want to be careful here with Palmer because she is second on the team in RBIs behind Lecker. So you really just want to get a good pitch here and try to get her out.
The 0-2, 2 outs, runner at second. And swing and a miss. And that ends the top of the first. A double, but the runner stranded, so no runs and 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. You're listening to Iowa Girls, or watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
I am smart.
I am smart.
I am smart.
I am kind.
Kind.
I am kind.
I am strong.
Strong.
Strong. I am important.
I am important.
I am important.
I am the Iowa girl.
I am the Iowa girl.
I am the Iowa girl.
I am the Iowa girl. I am the Iowa girl.
I am the Iowa girl.
I am the Iowa girl.
And back here, we'll go to the bottom of the first inning. But first, I want to tell you all extra base hits during the Girls State Softball Tournament brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, call your local Kruger Seeds dealer. Kruger Seeds first-class seed, first-name service. Melinda Pamua leading it off, the center fielder. And fouls it back. Palumala, I messed that up the first time. Sorry about that. 1-1. Hitting .446 in the leadoff spot. Takes it high.
This East Marshall lineup has a lot of girls that are batting over 400, if not at 400. So it is a very powerful lineup all the way up and down it.
Lecker on the mound delivers, and this one is slap foul. Makes it 2-2. Looks like some height out there in the infield, too. You know, when you look over shortstop, third baseman, and Lecker, even this second baseman
might
too.
be the smallest, and she's like,
yeah. This one
5'6".
Right back to the shortstop, and she fires over for the putout. Adrian over to Dutcher, and there's one away. Brings up Maria Rasmussen, the second baseman, hitting .513. Steps in on the left side. and that one is a strike. And speaking of height, the umpire, he's pretty tall too out there, you know.
Yeah, he's got a tall strike zone out there as well.
0-1 the count. And that one's inside. 1-1. That's low and outside. Kind of moving it around early here. And that's inside. And I can tell you, early on, it seems like the East Marshall fans are the loudest I've heard so far. They're really cheering.
You can really hear them all the way from even the other field. And it's great to see these teams who cheer for each other every single at bat. And when you have a team like that, then you truly want each other to succeed, and you really want to get that win together.
So count runs full here against the second baseman. And she slaps one towards center. Running grab by Adrian, the shortstop. And that'll bring up the shortstop for East Marshall, McElrath, Reagan McElrath, hitting .402 with 2 outs. That's high outside for ball 1. Can you tell by the spin, or is it too close, what the pitch might be, or how do you read what you think might be coming?
So for me, I just look at the spin of the ball when it comes out. So this pitch, that...
Down the line. And into second, a Kruger Seeds extra base hit. And finish that thought, the spin, what did you see there on that one?
Yeah, so that was just a fastball, and she's just trying to paint the corners with that fastball. And because of that, she's able to go up and down in the zone. She's been throwing a lot of her drop ball and rise ball as well. But she's really trying to work both inside and out to change the eyesight and the mentality of these batters.
Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first-name service, a Kruger Seeds extra base hit there. Both teams now have a double. Ogden left it stranded out there. Let's see what East Marshall can do. And there's a strike to Madison Farrington, the catcher.
That right there was her drop ball on the outside corner. And when she can effectively hit it in that spot, it is very hard to hit as a hitter.
Lecker looks in to Moore. And it's fouled off. Faith Moore, the catcher. Hannah Dutcher at first. Amber Braniff at second. Meredith Adrian at short. And Gabby Ross at third. The outfield, Kennedy, Palmer, and Nelson left to right. Here for Ogden. And that just outside. 1-2 against Farrington. And there's one's deep to left. It's going back and gone. Home run, Madison Farrington.
We've been talking about how the Ogden Bulldogs can hit home runs. Madison Farrington also has 13 home runs, now 14 to her name, as well as 64 RBIs. So being careful with her is going to be part of their lineup. But, wow, she really got a hold of that one.
All day I've had to kind of hesitate on those, but that one was almost a no-doubter. The way she ripped on that, wasn't it?
But the wind still almost took it foul. It was going right at the left fielder, and it completely went all the way over and almost went foul, but it stayed within those foul poles.
East Marshall gets the 2-run homer, and that's another Kruger Seeds extra base hit. Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first-name service. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. And holds off of that one, 1-1 to Arafi, the first baseman. So a 2-out homer, swing and a miss on the high pitch. A double and then the home run.
Yeah, that wouldn't have happened if Reagan McGrath didn't get on right before she did. So that was a great job on her part.
And strikes her out, but not before the damage is done. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. At the end of 1 complete, West Marshall 2, Ogden nothing on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network.
This is more. More savings. More service. More focus on fresh, quality produce. Expert butchers who know more. And the most talked about meat in town. We are Fairway. We put everything into meat and grocery. And this is more.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another
Back at the Cougar Seeds Diamond, leaders start at Central College and scholar athletes succeed on the court in the classroom. In the past year, 112 Central College student athletes received academic all-conference recognition. Learn how to be more than a spectator by visiting central.edu. Ogden, Gabby Ross, the third baseman, will step in and swings at a low one for a strike to lead off the top of the second. Ogden now trailing here 2-0 on the big strike. And a swing and a miss by Ross, hitting .352 coming in. And here's where you got to be patient. They got 2 runs on a couple of big strikes, but you can't try to get it all back at once, can you?
No, you can't. No, you can't, and especially with the way Hosky's throwing right now, she's really getting her changeup across. And so these batters have to be patient. They have to wait for the right pitch, and you have to find any ways to get on because you got to stop the momentum of the East Marshall Mustangs right now.
This one, swing and a miss, strikes her out. Third strikeout for Hosky. That brings up Hannah Dutcher, the first baseman, hitting .324. Takes the ball. And this one is just up over the screen and out of play. So how long does it take you to kind of pick up that type of pitch spin and that and know what it is?
It takes a really long time. It's a lot of practice, a lot of time and extra effort watching other pitchers when they throw it to you. But it's not an easy thing to pick up because you got to recognize what types of different spins comes out of different pitchers' hands, and every pitcher throws different. So just adjusting to each one is really the biggest thing when it comes to that.
2-1 pitch driven toward right center, and the center fielder, Humala, comes over and makes the play. For out number 2. And then, of course, you have figure in the count and what you think the pitcher might do based on the count. There's hitter count and pitcher counts and that kind of thing, too,
It can
right?
be a little bit of a chess game between the hitter and the pitcher as well, because if you're ahead in the count as a batter, you're expecting a specific type of pitch and you're expecting a specific location, but saying the pitcher throws you something completely different, then they win that one. So it's just understanding what she's trying to throw and where she's trying to throw it is a big thing.
Faith Moore, the catcher for Ogden, at the plate now, 0-2. Took a pitch and fouled one off. And she'll step back in there. Hosky pitching Farrington. Arifi at first, Rasmussen at second, McElrath at short, and there's a called strike for out number 3, and Ogden goes down in order in the second. And at the end of 1.5, 2-0, East Marshall on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey, high school sports fans. Are you following the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union online? Stay up to date with the latest information and scores from across the state as we share highlights and achievements from our student athletes. You can follow all the action on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Just search at IGHSAU.
At the Girls State Softball Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy. It's the 6, 7, and 8 batters here for East Marshall. In the bottom of the second, they lead 2-0. Hannah Brinks, the third baseman, hitting .275, takes it outside. Dart Danielson, Brooke Wilmus with you. Here in the, I guess it's evening now, 5 o'clock game.
Time's just gone by so quick today.
Yeah, hasn't it? And that last couple of games, and you get the pitchers in the groove there, and then it moves along so much quicker through these games, and they can go really quick. Lecker on the mound for Ogden. This one is lifted to the right side. That'll go foul. Lecker, Faith Moore behind the plate, Hannah Dutcher at first, Amber Braniff at second, Meredith Adrian at short, Gabby Ross at third, Laura Kennedy, Jenna Palmer, and Helena Nelson left to right in the outfield as Lecker delivers. That one's high, ball 2. The last inning, a double by McElrath and Farrington. Jack went over the fence to give them the 2-run lead. And here's the 2-2 pitch. And right there on the outside. For out number 1. Perfectly along the edge there on that one.
Yeah, it was a really good pitch. It was a drop on the outside corner again. She's really trying to paint that outside, and because of it, and she was up in the count, the batter wasn't ready for it, and she just caught her looking.
Brings up Cody Hosky, the pitcher. She fouls one straight back. Up there into the bleachers. Off the bleacher up above us and down.
This is by far the biggest crowd base that we've had so far today.
Yeah, they really packed it in here, haven't they?
Then again, the other two are during the day. People are probably working, but still both of these fan groups and fan bases travel really well with their teams.
Yeah, the 1A schools, smaller schools too, and like you say, in the early morning and day, sometimes everybody getting more people off is not as easy. So 1-1. She holds on that one. Makes it 2-1 to Hosky. Pitcher against pitcher here. And had her guessing at that one. Evens the count at 2-2. That one holds up there, makes the count even. This one, slap foul. Did you ever try pitching?
When I was 10,
Yeah.
but I gave that up real quickly.
It's one of those things that sometimes you know, and then it's natural, and then other times, yeah.
I knew from a young age that was not my calling in softball.
Right. 3-2 pitch again, and that one in the dirt for a walk.
But I give credit to those girls that can go out and be pitchers every day like these girls, because I couldn't do it. I don't know how they do it. They have such strong mentalities within the circle, and also even some of these girls that go up and have to bat and have to completely change their mentality. It's really awesome to see.
Quinn Damon in to run at first. Yeah, it's one of those things where everybody thinks it's all on you, but it isn't always all on you. And you got to be a leader, and you got to be able to shake things off sometimes, a bad pitch, and move on. And you can't get too high when you're doing well, too, because it could be one pitch changes things around.
It's just as much as on the batters as it is on the pitchers, because the pitchers can go out and they can pitch a flawless game, but then your batters don't come up and get you the runs that you need. So it could be both people's fault. The pitcher could come out and give up 5 home runs, and then you could score as many as they do. But it's all just a team game, and everybody's got to do their job in order for you to get that complete team victory.
Kayla Bomber, designated player, hits this one towards second, and had to wait a little bit for the runner. They get it over. And for the putout, for out number 2, the runner Hosky advances to second. And good job by Brandis over there to see through that runner with the ball coming out, pick it up, and make the play.
Yeah, that's not always the easiest thing to do when there's a runner in front of you, but she did a really good job of staying down the whole time and getting that ball over to first base.
Emma Fatz, the left fielder, takes a cut at it for strike 1. Steps in on the left side, takes a strike right across the numbers. 0-2. 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at second in the second inning with 2 runs in. A lot of 2s on the board up there, 2 hits. And that one's high. Ball 1. East Marshall trying to add to the lead here in the bottom of the second. This one slapped right through the middle. It's going to drop. Runner will round and holds up. Throw down to third. Got her. A great defensive play. A single and then thrown out at third. And that ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left at the end of 2 complete. East Marshall 2, Ogden nothing on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
I wanted a big university experience.
Without the big university price.
That's why I chose Iowa Central.
What makes Iowa Central so different than other community colleges is its size.
Big campus, lots of programs, athletics, and performing arts.
I live right here on campus.
And the teachers know me by name.
I'll be career ready in 2 years.
And all my credits transfer to a university.
It's a big time experience.
Without the big time price.
Come see for yourself.
Top of the third, Reagan Church, a designated player, starts it off, takes a ball. Here for Ogden, trailing 2-0. And swing and a miss. 1-1. The Iowa Girls Union Digital Network, brought to you by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy. Hosky delivers. This one is curving and drops in there. And a lot of spin on that, and it spun into left, shallow left center for a base hit.
That's what Ogden needs right there. They just need to get little base hits here and there, find a way on, and try and chip back at that deficit that they're against right now.
And gonna have a runner over there. An IMT insurance substitution. Learn how to be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. And this one is fouled off by Amber Braniff, the second baseman. Helena Nelson running over there. At first. For Ogden, she squares the bunt here again. Strike. Number 2, and Nelson has to dive back. And holds up a strike called. And a strikeout for out number 1. Brings up Denali Lecker, who doubled her first time up. Now she's a tying run at the plate and the state's leading home run hitter. And they're not even going to mess with it. They're going to send her down to first.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't mess with it, especially since there's a runner on first base and she can hit a home run to tie the game. But she also has 52 walks on the season, which that explains exactly why, since she has 20 home runs. But this East Marshall team isn't afraid to put a runner in scoring position because they believe that their defense can stop them.
And Kennedy takes the ball. Then it's up to your teammates down the lineup to make them pay when they do that, isn't it? When they intentionally walk you.
Yeah, when they put someone on, you got to have a really good person who's behind her who can still get on base, who can still score runs. So what really needs to happen here is if they want to score some runs, they got to put runners in motion, they got to put the ball in play, and they just got to keep attacking East Marshall.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at first and second. And this one is fouled off. And I know when I coached Little League, teaching the bunt was the hardest thing in Little League baseball. Is it the same? It's hard to learn the proper bunt and how to lay it down?
I think so. I just think because the pitch moves so much and you don't know where it's going to go, it's extremely hard to see.
And she reached out to slap out, and they throw to second and get the out at second, too. Caught her leaning off base. Reagan Church is caught stealing for out number 3. And that'll end the inning there. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd on the Girls Union Digital Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics, because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are.
Top of the order here for East Marshall, Melinda Pumala. She grounded out to short her last time up. And this one foul back. Let's go back to that last inning. A big defensive play there for East Marshall. Strikeout, throw out, and just shows you defensively you can't ease up on them, can you?
No, you can't at all. And that really hurts Ogden right there because they had such momentum with runners in scoring position, and they get themselves out on a silly base running mistake. So that hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them. Hopefully they can figure out other ways to come back.
2-1 count here. Lecker ready to deliver. This one is lifted high. That'll go over the backstop for strike number 2. Lecker looks in, and this is hit deep to short. She'll have no play on it. Got by the third baseman, and Meredith Adrian did a good job to get to the ball, but there was just no way she was going to make any kind of throw once she got there. So
no, it was a good stop by her anyways, not to get the ball into the outfield because that might have allowed her to go to second base, but it was a good job keeping it on the infield even though she didn't have any play at it.
Brings up Maria Rasmussen, the second baseman, flied out to short her last time up. She bunts. The pitcher takes it, throws out. Route number 1 on the sacrifice. Advances Pumala to second. And that's the perfect execution of the bunt right there.
Yeah, that's how you do it right there. She put it down, made the pitcher field it, and advanced the runner over to second.
Brings up Megan McIlrath, who doubled and then was brought home by the Farrington home run. And high for ball 1.
You can just tell that East Marshall has a lot more energy and a lot more motivation in this game right now. They're up 2-0, and they have nothing to lose, and they're going out there and they're playing and they're having fun with each other.
There's a strike. Outside edge. Yeah, they're just right up there and attacking, aren't they?
And even the girls on the bench are into the game, and they're there cheering for their teammates who are playing. And that is what you really want to do as a team is even though those girls aren't playing and even though they might not get as many opportunities, they're there for their teammates, and they're there cheering and supporting every single day.
2-1 pitch. That's high, 3-1. This one slapped right up through the middle. Runner rounding third will hold up, and they held her in just a momentary bobble out there, but playing it safe. Don't want to run themselves out of an inning there.
Not especially when you have Farrington coming up.
Yeah, the girl that just hit the home run. Yeah. You don't want
I don't think I would have stopped her there with as much speed she has. I think she would have scored easily.
Yeah, I mean, she came around and had quite a few steps around there, but just playing it safe at this point, and that brings up Farrington, who homered her last time up, a 2-run homer to left. And that one's in high. Runners at the corners, 1 out. And a swing and a strike. Time called, so we can tie the shoe, the second baseman, Amber Branna.
Lecker's starting to figure out her changeup as this game goes on, and that's keeping these hitters off balance. And if you're able to do that and you're able to mix that in efficiently with your drop ball and your fastball, then that really makes the batter keep guessing on what you're going to pitch.
This one is lifted high toward left, and is it going to stay fair? Oh, off the glove, and a runner will come in from third to score. And just a lot of trouble with the wind over there. And they will score that an error, I believe, on the left fielder. And there again, great base running. Saw it drop and immediately came home.
Yeah, that ball was going to go a lot farther, and then the wind just held it up all the way. And it was a very, very hard ball to catch, but that should have been a caught ball.
And I had to bring up Juliana Arafi, who struck out her last time up. Arafi comes up with runners at first and second and one out. And pitch for a ball. And swing and a miss. A little different here with you have the screen and you have people here behind you and you have the fans out there, a little different in your home diamond. Does that bother you at all when you're down here at the state tournament, or do you just get used to it and you zone that out?
I think you're way more focused on the game than you are what's happening around you.
Tapper to third. She'll try to go to third and can't get there in time. As she picked it up, Gabby Ross and McElrath beat her to the bag. So fielder's choice. And everybody's safe. Hannah Brinks, the third baseman, comes up with the bases now loaded and one out. There's a strike. That was one of those, she had it in turn, but the runner was coming so hard that this one is dropping in front of the right fielder. One run is in. And a single and an RBI right there in front of the right fielder. That brings McElrath in.
And Ogden could have been out of this inning a long time ago if they would have just made a couple plays here and there. But they just have to refocus, regroup, come back, and help and get the 2 outs to get out of this inning.
Hosky, the pitcher, sends it over to the right side, and they run out of room over there. Hosky walked and then got caught off a third in the second inning and hits that first one foul. They're really seeing some connection with the ball here for East Marshall in this inning. That one is high.
They're also swinging at good pitches. They're not chasing anything out of the zone. They're making her bring it into the strike zone, and that's why they're getting such good, solid contact, is because they're swinging at those good pitches.
This one hit to the second baseman. They'll come home for the force and get out number 2. The fielder's choice. They get the force at the plate. And IMT Insurance substitution, a pinch runner over there. Find out more about IMT. Learn how to be worry-free at imtins.com. Kayla Mommer, the designated player, is up. She grounded out the first baseman. This one right back to the pitcher. And the inning is over. And not before 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. Well, 4-0 East Marshall at the end of 3 on the Girls Union Digital Network.
Iowa Public Television is the home of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Championships. We bring you live, uninterrupted coverage of the state championships in volleyball, basketball, soccer, and softball. Plus, special features highlighting the Iowa girl. Catch it all on statewide Iowa Public Television, on air or at iptv.org.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here at the Girls State Softball Tournament, it's the 3, 4, and 5 batters for Ogden, trailing 4-0 here. First pitch is a ball to Meredith Adrian, the shortstop. We fly out to the shortstop, her last time up. 4 runs on 6 hits for East Marshall. No runs on 2 hits for Ogden. There's a strike. Working against Hosky. And there's a strike called. She's getting them all over the plate and moving it in and out and up and down, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. And she also has a changeup that she hasn't thrown in a while, but she had these Ogden batters off balance throughout the whole first inning. And now she's just moving it around the zone, and she's really trying to find those spots where the umpires are called, but the batters don't swing at it.
2-2 after that pitch. And fouled back. Right toward us. But the net held. That's the one thing, you know, the net, it seems so much thinner than that fence. But I'm sure they tested it and make sure it's strong enough.
They throw a few balls, you know, hit a few against
hit
it.
Against
maybe
it, yeah.
Hopefully it stays up.
So full count here. This one slapped over third baseman, gloves it, throws, and a good scoop at first. And they get the out. Burks over to Arafie for the out. It brings up Jenna Palmer, the center fielder, who was struck out her first time up. And that's a ball. And of course, the net issue is one that's been for the major leagues on down, with some of the fans being hit and a death from that. And that one's high, something I'm sure we're going to see more of.
I couldn't agree more with that. It's just so dangerous, and those guys hit the ball so hard off the bat that you have no time to react to it whatsoever. So I think moving those netting all the way down the line is exactly what MLB needs to do.
And there's ball 3-0 here from Hosky. Now she takes a second, and we'll see if she battles back here. Gets the strike there. A 3-1 count, 1 out. That's high. And I believe that's her first base on balls of the day. Brings up third baseman Gabby Ross, who struck out her last time up. That one in for a strike on the outside.
We had 2 texts wanting to know who you are. They think you're great. I don't know. I just found her somewhere.
1-1.
Ogden needs to try and continue getting more base runners on this inning because it's getting a little late in the game and they're not really finding any offense here.
This one lifted high to right. Right fielder puts his hand up, blocks us. Oh! Juggles it bad. Made the play. Duncan out there. And makes the play. So as you're saying, they need to get,
they need to get
couple
base
runs,
runners on,
yeah.
Like one after another.
This one into the gap there over the head of the second baseman. So they're listening to you. A single by Hannah Dutcher.
Yeah, just those little singles. They don't need the big home runs and they don't need the big doubles in the gaps. Just singles here and there, right after one after another, and those runs will come across if you keep getting them on after each other.
Because the more that happens, the more the pitcher might get frustrated. The defense. And here's Faith Moore, the catcher, takes a ball. She struck out looking her last time up. Swing and misses. Second time through the lineup here for the Ogden players, kind of getting a little better idea, knowing a little bit more of what they're seeing at the plate. And this one fouled off.
Yeah, Hosky's really trying to stay away from her right now and not bring anything in too close because she doesn't want anything too hard to be hit, so she's going to try and stay away and hopefully get a weak ground ball to the other side.
And struck her out to end the inning. No runs, no one hit, no errors, and 2 left on. At the end of 3.5, we'll go to the bottom of the 4th with East Marshall leading 4-0 in the Girls Union Digital Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here at Harlan Rogers Park on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by MidAmerican Energy and East Marshall. We'll start with the number 9 batter, Emma Thantz. She singled her last time up and takes a ball as they lead here 4-0. 4 runs on 6 hits. And there's a strike. And defensively again, Ogden able to get runners on, but you've talked about it. They need to push some across. They need to keep going, but get a walk and a single, but they're able to get out of it.
They're getting these runners on with 2 outs. So when you have 2 outs, it's really...
All right, that one going foul.
when you have 2 outs, it's really hard to try and get a rally going because you don't have much room for error.
Yeah.
You go out there and you get a single and you get a walk back to back, but then the next girl strikes out, where it's hard when you're not getting them together when there's less than 2 outs.
1-2 against Vance, the left fielder. And this one toward the second baseman, goes to her right, makes the throw. Braniff makes the play over to Dutcher, and there's one away. We'll go the top of the order. Pumala is grounded out and singled and scored here for East Marshall, the number 2 seed at 31-4. Strike called. They're looking to advance to meet the winner of the Central Springs Alta Aurelia game coming up. Well, it's going on the other diamond over there. That one's high for a ball. Lecker looks in, delivers, strike. I had a friend come up. They've been watching the outfield, and she was all red and sunburned from being out there. And she even said, "Ooh, it's cool in here under the dugout." But that one's high.
It's really nice when you're standing out there in the sun because the wind offers a little bit of breeze so you're not too hot.
You can almost be fooled and get that sunburn because you're thinking, it's cool enough out here. But
I'm not getting burnt out here.
Yeah, still got to have the sunblock on. Time called. Pumala steps out. Now in 2-2. And the catcher makes the play. Faith Moore, route number 2. And this one driven up the middle for a base hit. By Rasmussen. Mount Air up 3-2 over Beckman. Or
That
beat Beckman 3-2?
Yep,
Was that?
Mount Air just beat them 3-2 in 8 innings.
So they haven't started the game over there, the late one? Okay, so they're behind on the other diamond. This one foul off. See, we keep things running over here. Reagan McElrath, the shortstop, fouls one off.
We're a smooth machine over here.
Yeah, that's it. And there's a strike. Oh, they call me Mr. Overtime because of all the games I've done that go to overtime. But so far, no extra innings. And there's a throw down to first. Good job by the first baseman, Dutcher, to keep that from going away. But they chase Rasmussen back, and it's 1-2. Here's the delivery, high and outside. Did the USL League Two soccer playoffs, and both games Friday went to overtime, and the Menace game went to an overtime shootout. So there's a strike called. Got her looking to end the inning. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left on. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Ogden needing some runs here, trailing 4-0 on the Girls Union Digital Network.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
All you have to do is you just have to get their feet here on the pavement and be. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
you must be boring.
This is a magical place.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering.
Reagan Church, the designated player for Ogden, slaps one to the shortstop. She'll throws over for the 6-3 put out. Out number 1. So Church will be 1-1 here. She singled her last time up, but grounds out here. Brings up Amber Braniff, the second baseman. She struck out her last time up. Hosky delivers, and the umpire catches that one. Off the chest protector. Strike 1. It's Hosky, Farrington the catcher for her with the battery there. And a strike called. Reefy at first, Rasmussen second, McElrath at short, Binks at third, Vance, Pumala, and Duncan, the outfield left to right for the Mustangs. That one's high. 1-2. And Hosky seemed to be, when she gets behind or gets in a little trouble, she calms herself and comes right back. And there's a check swing foul.
A lot of times, though, today she hasn't really gotten behind batters. She's really tried to get up in the count, either 0-2 or 2-1, and when she does, she comes back with her rise ball or her changeup, which both have, none of the hitters have been able to try and hit that hard today.
This one, a swing and a miss, strikeout. Route number 2. That is the 8th strikeout by my count, if I kept it right here. We go to the top of the order, Denali Lecker here. And they walk her again, the second intentional walk. Leading home run hitter in the state.
I thought they'd give her an opportunity. There's no one on base, 2 outs, but...
Or I get a rally started, though.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. You're right.
Even if it's a home run, it's only one, but it might, enough to get him going, yeah. And I know you probably, as a player, you want a chance to go up there and face the pitcher, don't you?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And a swing and a miss.
And I know these pitchers come out and they want to face those batters because they want to be able to say, I struck her out, or I got her out.
And tried to slap that one to left, but it goes foul. Well, they always wanted to face me because they knew they were going to get an out for the most part. But Kennedy, left fielder. This one, again, trying to just get it over into left field, but fouls it off. So Lecker, she doubled and was stranded, and then 2 intentional walks. And fouls that one off. And she stepped on the plate. Ball goes foul, so she's out for out number 3. end the inning. They go down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth after this on the Girls Union Digital Network.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea. And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action. And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. 4, 5, and 6 batters for East Marshall. Maddie Farrington, the catcher, will lead it off. She homered to get things started here. 2-run homer. Then reached on an error. And there's a strike. And ball.
They're working her exclusively outside, which I agree with that. She hit an inside pitch. I still haven't felt like has hit the ground yet. But
yeah. She hit one, and even against the wind, got out of here. And as you say, still working her outside.
Yep, mixing in that changeup as well, just a little bit of a different speed, just to try and get her mentality and her eyesight different.
Dar Danielson, Brooke Wilmus here. This one is lifted toward the left side. Is it going to stay fair? It does. And is caught by the shortstop for the out. Brings up first baseman Juliana Arifi. She struck out and reached on a fielder's choice, was stranded at third. As Denali Lecker looks in. Throws a strike. This one's slapped out in the center fielder. Palmer runs over, makes the play. Looked like it was heading for the gap, but she drew a bead on it.
Also, that wind kept it up, too.
Yep.
I think that would have been in the gap if there was no wind today, but the wind is has been a huge factor today.
Blowing throughout the day, still blowing here as the third baseman, Hannah Brinks, comes up. And she hits it to the shortstop, and that'll do it. They go down in order here in the fifth. And we'll go to the top of the sixth. Ogden needing some runs here, trailing 4-0 on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Iowa Public Television is the home of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Championships. We bring you live, uninterrupted coverage of the state championships in volleyball, basketball, soccer, and softball. Plus, special features highlighting the Iowa girl. Catch it all on statewide Iowa Public Television, on air or at iptv.org.
We
Mid-American
go to
Energy
the top
and
of the
you,
sixth
together
inning.
partnering
3, 4,
to
and
change the
5
energy
due
landscape.
up for Ogden as they trail 4-0. They've gotten 3 hits. Here against 7 for East Marshall. And it's the shortstop, Adrian, leading it off here. Takes the ball. This one is lifted high, up over the top.
Ogden's got to get a couple of runs in this inning, or else they're going to be facing a very, very high hill when they're in the 7th inning if they don't get a couple here.
Yeah, the runs have not come easy, so you'd like to chip away a couple. They've had a couple innings they've got runners on and ended up stranding them on base. Here against Cody Hosky. Hosky looks into Farrington and then delivers inside. 3-1. And strike called as she thought she was headed down to first, and the count goes full. Fouls that one off.
It's a good at bat to start the 6th inning because she's reached all the way to a full count, and she's really made her throw a lot of pitches, and hopefully she'll be able to find a good one in which she can get a good swing on.
Laid off that high one and draws the walk.
Really good at bat there. It ended up in a walk, and that's exactly what Ogden needed in order to start the 6th inning.
Brings up the center fielder, Jenna Palmer. And just fouled that one off. That was a good pitch, just a little off there. Looked like one she might drive. This one fouled off again. And it's 0-2. Adrian over at first base. And the ball, 1-2. Fouls it off.
Early in this inning, these Ogden hitters have really made this pitcher throw a ton of pitches already, and they're battling. They're getting good at bats. They're fighting when they have 2 strikes, and they're just continuing to have a really good at bat.
Here's the 2-2. This one is lifted left. Left fielder goes over, makes the play in foul territory, and the runner will have to go back. Emma Fantz ran that down. And out number 1, Gabby Ross, the third baseman, struck out and flied out to right. 0 for 2 today. Takes the pitch high. And there again, she ran the count high, but ended up fouling one off, and a good defensive play by East.
A good swing on those pitches.
Well, there's a strikeout. Number 9, I think. And that brings up Hannah Dutcher, the first baseman, who flied out and singled. And this one right between the legs of the pitcher into center, and whoa. Almost a base running mistake there as Adrian ran by second and had to dive back in. That seems one thing, too, about East Marshall. Those little things, if you overrun the base a little bit, they're right there to throw it down. They're not going to let you get away with that.
They're reading these runners, and they're looking to see what they're doing. And if these runners are being a little bit too aggressive or they're being a little bit too cautious, East Marshall has been there every single time to get them out.
Brings up Faith Moore, the catcher. She struck out twice here. She'd like to step up and get a hit here, drive some of these runs in, and drives this one over the left side and out of play. You can hear us, but you can't see the camera at this point. We're trying to figure that out, so I'll go back to the radio play-by-play outside. That's how I started. Runners at first and second. 1-1 count. And I think we got the camera back. And there's a strike. One of the issues of the technology in the outdoors is sometimes out in the elements it doesn't always work so well, but we're back now, 1-2, 2 outs, runners at first and second, trying to lift this one. Foul, it's going to stay out of play. She's trying to get a pitch and go with it and get it somewhere in a spot.
Yeah, all she's seen this at bat has been outside pitch after outside pitch. So she's really trying to lift it, take it that way, and get it over that third baseman's head.
Hopefully you drop it in that left field corner and get it to roll a little bit and you get a couple runs in. And there again, she tried to go with it and strikes out. So no runs there on 2 hits and 2 left on. At the end of 5.5, still 4-0 with East Marshall coming up to bat on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
All you have to do, you just have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
We might not always know what the day will bring.
Cody Hosky, the pitcher, will lead it off for East Marshall in the bottom of the 6th inning here. Walked and reached on a fielder's choice and swings and misses here. The Iowa Girls Union Digital Network presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and powered by MidAmerican Energy here on the Kruger Seeds field. And this one deep in the hole, shortstop to her knees, but can't make the throw for a base hit by Hosky. And when you got to go that far and go to your knees, it's hard to, unless you're playing in the MLB, to come up and throw somebody out, especially with the shorter base pass here.
Great arm strength there. I'm surprised she even got it over there from just being at her knees and being that deep in the hole. But
again, it might have saved the extra base hit there. She stopped it from getting to the outfield. And that brings up Kayla Momber, the designated player, was grounded out twice here. She squares to bunt, pulls back, threw down to first, and If it hadn't been a bobble there, they might have caught her off base, stealing. As Faith Moore throws down. And a little bit of the sun over there at first base looking back. There might have been a little bit of a issue for the first baseman. And this one fouled straight back. Catcher catches it, but after it hits the screen, it's a dead ball. 0-2.
Now she's just got to find a way to move her over to second since she couldn't do it with the sacrifice bunt. So anything to the right side should move her over to second base.
East Marshall just looking to pad that lead a little bit. 4 runs and 8 hits. And eased off on that. Well, we got our working on getting that camera behind the plate back. Had it there for a second. The 1-2. Strike call. And gets her looking for out number 1. Emma Fantz, the left fielder, singled and grounded out, 1 for 2. And she steps in. And tries a bunt, it goes foul. This time of day, you're seeing the ruts around home plate. You get to the 6th inning there.
If you can find the right one, though, it sticks right in there, and then it'll stay fair. But
yep. Hosky not at first. You got a runner for her over there, and this one is fouled off. That's Quinn Damon running for Hosky at first. Got an IMT insurance substitution. Find out more at imtins.com. Swing and a miss, and strikeout number 2 in the inning. We go to the top of the order. Melinda Pumala, who's grounded out, singled and scored, and flied out to the catcher. This one fouled off. 0-1. See the look from behind home plate, right where we're sitting. And this one is lifted to the left side. It's going to go foul. Oh, and 2. That one's high.
that East Marshall dugout has just been high intensity all game long.
They have. They haven't let up, have they?
No.
And so she ends up giving up a single, then striking out the side. And we'll go to the top of the 7th. It'll be the 8-9 in the top for Ogden as they try to battle back to stay in this, trailing 4-0 here on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
I am smart.
I am smart.
I am smart.
I am kind.
Kind.
I am kind.
I am strong.
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 I am important.
I am important.
I am important.
I am the Iowa girl.
I am the Iowa girl.
I am the Iowa girl.
I am the Iowa girl. I am the Iowa girl.
I am the Iowa girl. I am the Iowa girl.
We go to the top of the 7th. Reagan Church, the designated player. She singled, was caught stealing, and then grounded out. And her second at bat takes a big cut to lead it off here. Dar Danielson, Brooke Wilmus here on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and powered by Mid-American Energy. And holds off that one. And again, like a broken record, we've been saying, need some base runners. Need to string something together here.
Any way on, any type of way, whether that's a hit by pitch, a walk, any way on at this point in the game.
That one's high. It seems like the problem has been, though, when they get a runner on, then either Hosky makes a good play, comes back, or defensively overall, they've been really sound today. And there's the strike. 2-2.
In the 7th inning, Hosky really doesn't want to walk this batter right here. Just to give them no momentum would be the best thing that she can do.
That's fouled off. And it seems like the Ogden batters have been pretty patient at the plate. And, they build that count up, but they just can't push it through and string enough hits together.
No, they're getting hits here and there, but they're not stringing them together, which that is not a good thing to do, obviously.
There's high, so count goes full. And Church trying to wrangle a base out of this somehow here with the full count. And this one she fouls off.
The Ogden batters, though, today have really taken Hosky late into the counts, getting 3-2 and fouling a lot of pitches off. So Hosky's had to pitch a lot of pitches today.
It's the 7th pitch here now. And looks at that one and gets called out looking on the low outside pitch for out number 1. And unfortunately, that's been the result a lot. They take her there and she either strikes him out or a fly out. I think that is number 10 on the strikeouts. Brings up Braniff, and she lays down the bunt. Throw to first for out number 2. And I got a feeling I know what's coming up here as Denali Lecker comes up. Let's see if they walk her.
No.
Or let her hit. Now they're going to let her hit. Looks like they intentionally walked her after she doubled her first time up, and there's a strike.
Since they're up by so much, there's no reason to walk her here. Either just have your pitcher make some good pitches and don't leave anything too over the plate.
0-1 is way inside. 1-1. Lecker, the home run leader in the state. Doubled her first time up, intentionally walked the next 2 times. 1-1 count. And that one's high. Two one. Swings, just got a piece of it inside. 2-2 with 2 outs. Ogden battling to stay in this. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck her out to end the game. No runs on no hits, no errors, none left on. The final, East Marshall 4 and Ogden nothing. That first inning big, a double, and then the Farrington home run, Brooke, and that's all they really needed there, is they were able to hold off Ogden and not let them string anything together, get any runs on the board.
East Marshall just really had it all as a team today. They played really good defense, had a really good pitching performance in the circle with 11 strikeouts from Hosky, and then they just had their batting. They just had the right at-bats, and they scored exactly when they needed to, and they came out with the victory today.
And East Marshall will move on here to face the winner of the game coming up, Central Springs and Alta Aurelia. Well, great job today. Appreciate working with you, and we'll see you tomorrow back here on day 2.
Sounds good.
All right, Brooke Wilmus here is, man, they start spraying down the diamond. That's going to wrap it up here. 4-0 East Marshall wins on the Iowa Girls Union Digital Network.